let's talk some college football before we get to the Ryder Cup. So a fun weekend last weekend of games, but what I really want to get to is this loaded Saturday that we have ahead of us here. Just looking at like the prime time slots for each major network, we've got USC at Illinois for a big noon Saturday on Fox. We've got Ohio State at Washington for the Big Ten on CBS. Oregon at Penn State is probably the biggest one, which is the Big Ten Saturday night. Two top 10 ranked teams going head to head there in Happy Valley, and then Alabama at Georgia for ABC's Saturday Night Football. It was probably the best game last season between these two squads, and it's always pure cinema when we get these two teams together. So, but not only those, we get LSU at Ole Miss and Auburn at Texas A&M. So some more really good SEC play. Those are some of the big games that I'm looking at, and really, as an Ohio State fan, only a little worried, but enough worried because Washington is on this home win streak that's it's sitting at like 25, maybe 26 games. It's an incredible home win streak that goes back a couple of years now. So it will be a raucous environment there. But this Oregon-Penn State game is the prime time spot here.
So for me this week, wish I could watch some of these games. I got an obligation on Saturday.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll go through them real quick. So USC, Illinois, USC, I feel like it's kind of been. Yeah, I mean USC's historically been a college football giant, but they've kind of just flown under the radar here. And look at them, and they're undefeated, and they're 21st. Going against an Illinois team, who let's just say did not have a great weekend. I don't know how they were ranked 9th, and I don't know I don't know where this narrative of they've had a good defense came from. I watched them play 1-11 Purdue last year at Illinois, and the final score of that game was 49-50. And they had multiple games against I think like Rutgers and Northwestern where they put up lots of points. So I don't know where that narrative came from. And that was kind of what I mean. They were good last year, but number 9, I mean, ready to rank number 9. That was just generous. And Indiana just made them look like a JV team. That was incredible. So yeah, that's an intriguing one. I also say I think Indiana-Iowa is actually might be more intriguing than Illinois-Indiana because to me, we know under Cignetti that Indiana can beat pretty much anyone at home if they want to. They've turned Memorial Stadium into an absolute juggernaut of a home field advantage. They have not shown they can beat anyone good on the road at all. Last year, they only played 4 road games in the regular season, 5 if you count the playoff. They obviously lost to Ohio State, Notre Dame, badly. Their other 3 games were against Northwestern at that soccer stadium. That was like 80% IU fans.
Yeah.
Really cool venue, though.
Yeah.
UCLA, yeah, like that's a Big Ten environment. And at Michigan State, and I remember that game, and like by that point, Michigan State had kind of packed in their season, and that stadium was about 50% IU fans. So, and I think this is a big test. Like this is exactly what Indiana needs. They need to play an opponent, a good, not great Big Ten opponent in Iowa on the road, get in there and get the win, and then I feel like that fully establishes them as. And not only can we like be a fringe playoff team, we can actually contend to win the Big Ten at our best. So yeah, I think that game's just as intriguing as these other ones. Ohio State, Washington obviously is intriguing because Ohio State's number 1, like you mentioned, and Washington's playing much better this year than they were last year after their everyone left after their national title runner-up team. Yeah, Oregon, Penn State. This is classic. Can James Franklin win the big one?
Right.
They are 3.
He gets a home night game. This was the whole issue though last year that they couldn't get these night games, but he finally gets one.
Yeah, I mean they're 3. I mean we don't do college football betting here, but I'll just say they are 3.5 point favorites. So I mean clearly Vegas views them as the better team here. Happy Valley at night against Oregon, who I don't think they're Ohio State level. Like there's not a history of Penn State, Ohio State where James Franklin crumbles under pressure. But I mean, they're still a damn good football team. They just They led to Mike Gundy's firing. You could argue that. I mean,
Right.
from Oklahoma State. I mean, they just obliterated them a couple weeks ago. So yeah, to me that's the game of the week. But there's 3 really fantastic SEC games as well. Alabama, Georgia. I'm honestly surprised Georgia's only a 2.5 point favorite at home.
Well,
That one,
Alabama's been playing a lot better since that first week against Florida State. Ty Simpson,
yes,
their
but
quarterback's
this
been
is
playing a lot better.
at Georgia,
True.
and after
True.
Georgia's beat just winning Tennessee and stole that one. So 2.5. I mean, I'm not saying Alabama could win this, but I feel like less than a field goal spread. I'm not sure about that one. LSU Ole Miss. Been some drama here with like Lane Kiffin's daughter allegedly is dating an LSU linebacker or something. So I mean that should increase the viewership by a lot, in my opinion. I mean that makes it really intriguing.
Gives Lane Kiffin something to coach for, huh?
Exactly. And Ole Miss is 1.5 point favorites there. Yeah, both of those games are super intriguing.
Did you see the Brian Kelly rant?
What was that over?
It was when they beat Florida, and the first question they asked him was like, "What's wrong with your offense?"
No, no, I didn't see it. What did he say?
He was like, "That's the question you want to ask me? LSU just won a football game." It was a week full of rants between him and Dabo Swinney, so I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. After this game, probably should talk about Clemson. But Auburn, Texas A&M. Auburn's looking to bounce back after maybe getting hosed by the officials last week in Oklahoma. That was a couple of questionable calls went against them in that one. So we'll see if they can bounce back at College Station. Texas A&M is also pretty good. They're ranked number 9 and 6.5 point favorites. But yeah, big story is just fall off of Clemson over the last couple weeks. I remember I texted you, should LSU drop in the rankings because they barely beat Clemson?
It's not a good win anymore.
It's not a good win. I mean, will Dabo leave? Will he change his ways and the transfer portal and all that? Who knows? But they clearly need to do something because it's not like they're in a good conference. Like it's not like they're in the SEC where
they won't have resume builder wins.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean Dabo said you can get rid of me. I'll go coach somewhere. He went off on a long rant that just he didn't need to do. He needs to just take accountability and say, yeah, we're not good. It's on me because this team's talented. Like they have the guys. So something clearly is wrong in the building with this team. And it's been a story about Dabo about his issues with not being able to tackle the transfer portal and get guys through that, which has become such a huge part of roster building now at the college level with NIL and everything. And, he kind of refuses to do that. So we'll see. This could be the beginning of the end for Dabo at Clemson, and Clemson's, reign as one of the best teams in the country as far as at least being an ACC power. Miami looks really good. Carson Beck seems to be rejuvenated playing for his new squad. So I could see definitely Miami taking that conference and going to the playoff, but we won't see the Clemson Orange in January football. So good weekend for college football.